Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here. So, as promised in my giveaway video, I told you I was going to be making a Protagonist deck profile, and here it is. And if you haven't seen my giveaway video, I'm going to be giving away the Duel Power mat and or promo packs to anyone who's able to fulfill my specifications in that video. So go check it out if you're interested. To win all the main characters, monsters in the promo packs of Duel Power. Yeah, let's get into this. You got 2 Dark Magician, 2 Elemental Hero Neos, 2 Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Pendulum effect is you can reduce the battle damage you take from an attack involving a pendulum monster you control to 0. During the end phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add 1 pendulum monster from your deck with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of pendulum effect of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon once per turn. And its monster effect is, if this card battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage this card inflicts to your opponent is doubled. You got 2 Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworns. It's a level 4 tuner. During your main phase, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then, if any Lightsworn monsters were sent to the graveyard, this card gains 200 attack until the end of your opponent's turn. You can only use this effect of Raiden, Hand of the Lightsworn once per turn. Once per turn, during your end phase, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. And you got 3 Summoner Monk, a level 4 Dark Monster. This card cannot be tributed. When this card is normal summoned or flip summoned, change this card to defense position. Once per turn, you can discard 1 spell and special summon a level 4 monster from your deck. It cannot attack this turn. Now we've got 3 Black Fang Magician. Pendulum effect is, once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack until the end of this turn, then destroy this card. And its monster effect is, this card is always treated as an XYZ dragon card. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 1 dark spellcaster monster in your graveyard, special summon it. And lastly, for the monsters of the main deck, you got 3 White Wing Magician. Pendulum effect is, once per turn, when an activated card or effect resolves that targets a dark spellcaster type monster you control, negate the effect, then destroy this card. And its monster effect is, this card is always treated as a Synchro Dragon card. If this Pendulum Summon card is used for Synchro Summon, banish it. Also, it helps that this card is a level 4 tuner. Now for the spells, we have 3 Polymerization. Fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. Got 3 Silent Doom. Target 1 normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it in face-up defense position, but it cannot attack. Got 3 Sacred Sword of 7 stars. Banish 1 level 7 monster from your hand or face-up from your field and draw 2 cards. You can only activate 1 Sacred Sword of 7 stars per turn. Got 2 Wonder Wand. Equip only to a spellcaster type monster. It gains 500 attack if you control the equipped monster if you control the equipped monster and this card, you can send both to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. 1 Monster Reborn. Target 1 monster in either player's graveyard, special summon it. 2 Burial from a Different Dimension. Target up to 3 banished monsters and return them to the graveyard. So it doesn't have to be 3, just up to 3. 1 Scapegoat. Special summon 4 sheep tokens, beast type, earth, level 1, attack 0, defense 0, in defense position. These tokens cannot be tributed for a tribute summon, and you cannot summon other monsters the turn you activate this card, but you can normal set. And lastly, 2 Pendulum Call. Discard 1 card and add 2 Magician Pendulum monsters with different names from your deck to your hand. Also, until the end of your opponent's next turn after this card resolves, Magician cards in the Pendulum Zone cannot be destroyed by card effects. You can only activate 1 Pendulum Call per turn, and you cannot activate this card if you activate Magician's Pendulum effect this turn. Now for the traps, we got 3 Metal Reflect Slime. Special summon this card in defense position as an effect monster, Aqua type, water, level 10, 0 attack, 3000 defense. This card is also still a trap. This card cannot attack. And lastly, for the main deck, 3 Call of the Haunted. Activate this card by targeting 1 monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target in attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target, and when that target is destroyed, destroy this card. Now for the extra deck, we have 1 First of the Dragons. Requires 2 normal monsters, must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only control 1 First of the Dragons. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, except by battle with a normal monster, and is unaffected by other monster effects. Got 1 Dark Cavalry. Requires a Dark Magician and a Warrior monster. It gains 100 attack for each spell and trap card on the field and in the graveyards. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. And when a card or effect is activated that targets a card on the field, quick effect, you can discard a card and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. You got 1 Runeized Pendulum Dragon. Requires an Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon and a Spellcaster type monster. If this card is fusion summoned using a Pendulum Summon monster on the field as fusion material, it is unaffected by your opponent's card effects this turn. Apply the appropriate effect depending on the original level of the monster used as fusion material that was not Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Level 4 or lower, this card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Level 5 or higher, this card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. 1 Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon. Requires an Odd-Eyes monster and 1 Pendulum monster. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up attack position monster your opponent controls, return it to the hand. During either player's turn, when a spell card or trap card or another monster's effect is activated, you can shuffle 1 face-up Pendulum monster from your extra deck to the deck, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. You can only use each effect of Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon once per turn. You got 2 Stardust Dragon. Requires 1 tuner, earn 1 or more non-tuners. When a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card or cards on the field, quick effect. You can tribute this card and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. During the end phase, if this card effect was activated this turn and was not negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You got 1 Crystal Wings Synchro Dragon. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuner synchro monsters. Once per turn, when another monster's effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that monster. And if you do that, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack until the end of this turn. If this card is battles an opponent's level 5 or higher monster during damage calculation, this card gains attack equal to the current attack of the opponent's monster it is battling during the damage calculation only. You got 2, number 39, Utopia. Requires 2 level 4 monsters. When a monster declares an attack, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the attack. If this card is targeted for an attack while it has no materials, destroy this card. You got 1, Red Ice, Flare Metal Dragon. Requires 2 level 7 monsters. Cannot be destroyed by card effects while it has Xyz material. While this card has Xyz material, each time your opponent activates a card or effect, inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card, then target 1 Red Eyes normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You got 1 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max. Requires 2 level 10 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card and inflict 200 points of damage to your opponent. You have 1 Link Spider. Requires 1 normal monster. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower normal monster from your graveyard, from your hand to your zone this card points to. You've got 1 Proxy Dragon. Requires 2 monsters. If a card or cards you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can destroy 1 of your monsters this card points to instead. And lastly, you got 2 Decode Talkers. Requires 2 effect monsters or more. And since it's link 3, that would mean either a link 2 monster and an effect monster, or just 3 effect monsters. Gain 500 attack for each monster this card points to. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card or cards you control, quick effect, you contribute 1 monster this card points to, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. And lastly, I have 4 tokens for my Scapegoat. Alright guys, so that is my Protagonist deck profile. So, tell me what you think. What did you like? What did you dislike? What would you do to improve it? Please comment below. I like when you guys comment. And also, try to win those promo packs and playmats. It'll be a fun event. Yeah. So please make sure to like and subscribe. I have 100 and plus budget-friendly decks, so there's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way. And most importantly, have fun!